All right, soulmates, let's go to South Florida, where police in Davie will not charge Antonio Cacabel. He's a neighbor who shot at a car being used by a grocery delivery worker who mistakenly ended up at the wrong address. This sounds familiar. Now, the police found Cacabel's actions were justified by his fear as the car was moving erratically and struck his foot. The police also stated that the Instacart driver will not be charged, as both parties appear justified in their actions based on the circumstances they perceived. Now, this incident has renewed the national conversation on guns and equal justice following more cases of gunfire over mistaken locations, roadways, and vehicles.
And part of what makes this case so interesting, Courtney, is what role the stand your ground law in Florida might play in this, right? And so I think part of what we can expect to see are examples of folks sort of using, or dare I say, perverting that stand your ground law that exists in a lot of states, not just Florida, but we've heard, the potential citation of stand your ground in the case in Kansas City, Missouri, this creates a clear and present danger. There are a lot of folks out there that are delivering goods each and every day, postal workers, Instacart workers. There are Jehovah's Witnesses that are knocking doors each and every day. And do we really want to live in a country where people can shoot first, ask questions later, and get off citing stand your ground? I feared for my life.
Yeah, and that's the debate. Unfortunately, there's no video surveillance here, so it's word against word, if you will. And this couple was trying to, find the correct address. And so sometimes, you're weaving and bobbing. You have this neighbor here who, might have thought something suspicious. You see two, black folks in your neighborhood that don't maybe look like they appear. But I can see how, those folks in the car felt very nervous when you see a semi-automatic handgun pointed at you. And I could see how maybe they could, have ran over his foot, by mistake. So a lot to unlayer and unpack with this story. And, maybe it's just a fair wash. Who knows? Fair, I use that loosely.